Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Taking a Peek. Where this week we take a peek and open the box of Bravada. Boy, I just slaughtered that intro. Wow. That's okay. No retakes. So Bravada is an RPG strategy indie game developed by Interbellum. It has a fairly small following at this point, even though the game's been out for a little while. But that's okay. It's very unique in its gameplay. It's a turn-based game that can be played almost in real time. That sounds a little weird. I'll just kind of show you what I mean here. This is the general gameplay of Bravada. See, you have one move. See, the cursor turns as this little circle here. And all these little tiles, this is where you can move. You have that one move. You can't go backwards. So the point of Bravada is to you're the blue guy here. You're this guy. You're a dwarf. And this dwarf is going on a quest to get a beard because he's a dwarf without a beard, and he hears there's this flower that can give himself a beard. That if he gets this flower, he can have a beard. So he sets out on this quest to find this flower, to get a beard, and he sets out with this little bat friend. This little bat friend here will give you little tidbits of information as you go along, and just tell you some generally good info to come across. So in this case, we come across this stag beetle. This stag beetle just out enjoying his last night before marriage. This is your hero. This is what your hero looks like. A dwarf without a beard. Looks like they have really strong shells. Such a bug could be handy in our journey. They could. They don't have to be. So what ends up happening is throughout the journey, your guys, your party members, not you, but your party members will evolve into other things. So for example, I have right here a turkey cock, which I evolved from a turkey hen. You can see it's level 15. Melee with its health, attack, defense, and speed. The defense is flat damage reduction, which actually is really, really strong. If you want more information about him, you can just click on the little eye there. Tells you the description and shows you a little graphic down here. So like I said, it's melee. It's one square around the character that it can attack. So the X is, for example, it can attack there, that one square. Whereas if I go to, say, the head chef back here, the chef, obviously much, much weaker, very fragile. The speed determines what order they attack in. So the turkey cock, very high speed. Head chef, end of the other spectrum, very low speed. Head chef is a medic, has these little green plus icons. So you go in here, the head chef, you can see it's green for healing, and it can heal 2 spaces out. One person, 2 spaces out. Again, pretty straightforward to understand, but it is actually pretty helpful. Then you have the foreman, again, another melee character, 40% defense, really strong, pretty straightforward again. But this guy is special. He can attack 2 tiles, so when he swings, he hits 2 targets instead of 1. Some can hit 3, some can hit many more. It just depends on how far in the game you get. And of course you have your little hero. You see my attack is just absurd right now. It's off the charts. With not great defense and some basic regeneration. Do note that this 35% critical or 6% regeneration, that stuff can go up and down in the game. And your level's always listed up here. If you go into your hero, you see the hero's stuff. Now I have a lot of stuff in the game because I've already beaten the game. I've played through it, I've beaten it. And I can get a whole bunch of different stuff that I'm using. Right now, I'm just kind of using stuff that you get at the very beginning of the game. You have a little Morning Star here, just a nice little mace. 270% of your normal attack power, so it's really strong. And it adds 75 speed. And for a hat, I'm wearing the Brain Slime, which is your health bonus and a little bit of defense bonus there, and some extra regeneration. Now each item comes with its own special abilities. So again, you see the Morning Star is a melee item. If I want a range item, I could go with, say, a rifle, which has a humongous range, Less attack, more speed, massive range. You can keep this guy in the back, and he can just start picking them off. Early on in the game, that's not going to be very helpful. But it is pretty cool. And for like hats, for example, that's just flat defense. This is defense and critical. This is defense critical, but less speed. Whereas for a change in weaponry, your pig iron bombs can attack an area, which is absolutely huge. Can be very, very effective. But again, only 60% attack. This is very much so crowd control. You got to pick and choose. Of course, the oaken sword. One thing that you can get in the game, obviously you pick up these coins every once in a while. You can pick up some money. You come across merchants and they can sell you things. Now, sometimes they can sell you something new, like the Morning Star. Or they can sell you cudgel or a mace. All these are just different skins. You notice the stats don't change, just the skins. So let's go ahead and switch to the cudgel. We'll equip that. See, now we have a different color, and our mace is just now changed color down here. Anything you do to your hero will change. So if I want to change my hero's hat, for example, if you want to wear a Dundee hat, now he's wearing a Dundee hat. Personally, I like the brain slime a lot. I can also change the brain slime to brain mucus, brain slug. We'll just give it a brain slime for now. I like that 6% regeneration. The skins only change just that, the skin. It changes the outer layer, doesn't change the effects. There are a lot of items in the game. I do not have all the items, but I do have a lot of them. And they're all pretty much helpful. I'm sticking with the Morning Star for now, because that's kind of what you're going to be coming across early game. And you know what? Actually, screw it. Just because that's what you're going to come across early game doesn't mean that's what I need to show off. Let's go ahead and show off. By the way, you can only have one weapon or one shield, and that's it. So I can't use the spiky shield with the Morning Star. Let's go ahead and show off the precision machine gun. That's always fun. So it's got 3 range, so we'll go ahead and equip that. You see we are 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So I go up and to the right. See, the machine gun's just opening up on them. But it's not doing a lot of damage. Whereas my allies are doing the bulk of the damage here. Okay, this is a turkey hen. So the turkey hen, when it hits level 15, evolves into a turkey cock. And you can see the stat difference already. More attack, more health, minus, the fact that the turkey hen already has lost some health, but... Okay, now this is a coin. That's actually worth 100. Big coin. Goes in here into your inventory, and then you can, again, re-equip if you see fit. So why don't we go ahead and switch to a tribal boomerang here. Also, sometimes when you kill some off these creatures, sometimes they'll have a little thing that goes with them. Whoops. My formation. Ow. Go. I'm going to move the chef over. And little snaky bro is done. So we continue to push forward, and oh, the bat has something to say. You don't have to run straight forward. You can wait until they come up. Just press space. WASD controls. Pretty straightforward, just like you'd expect. Any more games are made with good interfaces. So, if you've played one game, you can pretty easily transfer over to the next one. So this little item down here is a shield. Now, some I haven't talked about yet. Shields, there are items you can pick up along your journey. Go and pick up that shield. See, the shield's now over here. If I equip this shield, I can place it on one of my guys, and then that person has a temporary shield that will absorb damage. Once all the damage has been absorbed, the shield will go away. You can only hold 3 of any given item at any given time. And each of these items have all sorts of different stuff, all sorts of different benefits that you will want throughout the game. This top item you can only get if a party member dies, and that's not something you want to have happen. Watching a party member die is just not a good thing. Whereas the hourglass, you can turn back time, healing potion, like I said, shield, dynamite, and some other items in here that I'll let you guys figure out and explore. This mystery box here will reveal all the items and let you pick one of them for you to use. Definitely something to use in a time of need. And charge forward, space, Back up, space, move to the right, and dead. Go ahead and switch over here to... not use a rifle. Let's use a hammer. Good, let's use a hammer. Big attack power, melee. And we got this caterpillar here. You see, this is the attack range of the caterpillars. You can see it's very much so, you know, melee and then diagonal outwards. There are some weapons you can get that'll do stuff like that. I personally don't like it. Boom, 245. Wait again, 245. Up. And now we have a Colorado beetle. Strange beast likes raw potatoes more than potato chips. Weirdo. Is that the reason for last year's potato shortage? Smash those skunks. And we have the Colorado beetle out here, which is a variation of the stag beetle. You can see they're the same level. They come from the same creature, the cockroach. See, the Colorado beetle just has a different approach. It's more attack, more health, and more speed, whereas the stag beetle is really heavy armor. And again, if you want more detail, you can always go in and just kind of look at it, but it's the same stuff that we just found in the dialogue there. So open, or grab up the food there. The food will automatically go to the party member that needs it the most. This is pretty easy. Charge forward. And again, all these instant kills are coming out here. You can see really the most health we're going to come across here is 156 plus some damage reduction. So we're at 258. That's way more than enough. Wanted to, we could fall back to, can we do a Shinto? Let's see. Old Javelin, which is just a special melee weapon. Something to consider. Flamethrower. What's the old Javelin put us at? 112. That's a little low. So why don't we go ahead and look around a little bit more. Mortar, twin knives, twin pistols. You know, I don't think we're really going to find a better option than our trusting Morningstar right now. The cigarette lighter is always fun. Well, let's just go ahead and stick with the Morningstar. Take care of that. Take care of that, and then move on up. The enemies can and will pick up the items that are on the ground. So you got to be careful. If you want an item, you got to get it yourself. One thing you do, you can just pick up your guys, move them around. Need to. If there's an item you want to get and it's pretty far away, you can just move them around. You can only go so far up, and you cannot go backwards. I can't go any further backwards here. There are some stuff you get later in the game, like down here you see this little green button. It's called Tactical Mode. You get that much, much later in the game, and I'm not going to show it off right now, but it is actually very, very helpful. Now up here we have some other dwarves that are sitting around, a hooligan, a foreman, and a head chef. Haven't seen the hooligan yet. Again, this is a ranged character, green arrows, hits 2 targets away. These guys, unfortunately, they won't join our party, but if you've lost party members, say my turkey cock died, I would get one of these little onks up here, and then I could clone one of these guys down here, or I could clone my foreman or my head chef, and then I would have that member of my party. So if I wanted a level 15 foreman or level 15 hooligan, I would have exactly that character in my party if I had a spare onk. Obviously, losing party members is not good. Turkey cock is already level 16. It's going on to level 20. It wants to be stronger, so you should let it be stronger. As you progress through the game, however, you will get more people to join you, and your party size will increase dramatically by the end of the game. Look, some dwarves are coming. I can't see Bonehead among them. Maybe they saw him. Let's ask them. No, we'll find him on our own. So they're looking for a dwarf called Bonehead. That will become more relevant later on in the game. Ow. Uh-oh. Let's get you some health. Go ahead and just stand there. Over. And you see these guys will actually help you out a little bit. Stay here. You notice this hooligan actually shot up this guy that was sitting over here. So if you do it right, you can actually get your NPCs to help you out. Go ahead and move our foreman over. Okay, so there, we just lost our turkey cock. So we just got an onk. So we could, once this lights up, once this becomes gold, we could actually use an onk to recreate a different character. Or we can use one of our items here. Just go ahead and use an hourglass to go back in time. Undo turn. Alright, so it reloads. And our turkey cock is back alive. So let's go ahead and pull our turkey cock away. We don't want to lose our turkey cock. And we can throw our foreman in the mix. See, but he's getting a lot of damage done as well. However, it looks like we're going to be okay this time. Pick up the food. Move our turkey cock into the center this time. And we can move forward. Alright, I recommend letting this herd pass by. You can see there's a huge amount of hogs. You gotta be careful with these. This many hogs could do something seriously bad to you. So, gotta, of course, move across. They're gonna take care of whatever they come across. And you really should just let them go ahead and go by here. Now, this would be a good opportunity if you have a ranged weapon to switch to the ranged weapon. So I can equip the rifle here, I can back up, and you see I can start taking pot shots at them. As they move by, I can take these pot shots, maybe get in some kills if I'm lucky, and get in some bonus experience for my hero and possibly for my team. Or chef over so he doesn't die. Unfortunately, this game can be a little taken advantage of. You can see the herd was moving, and now it's just sitting here. Like if I just keep holding down spacebar and letting time pass, you see my hero can just keep taking pot shots and just keep on killing these guys, farm experience, and that is a little bit of an exploit in this game that hasn't really been addressed, unfortunately. But that's really kind of a developer's choice thing. Realistically, they should just keep going down, and I shouldn't be able to take shots at them like this, but that's a little bit different. Anyways, go forward and keep going. Go ahead and reorganize here. You can see it took several turns to reorganize. The tactics mode really addresses that and fixes that. But again, you get that later in the game. Forward. Hit that. We have another herd. We'll just go ahead and run past this herd. These are piggies. A young sow likes to use acorns and lie in mud. What a carefree youth. These are piggies. I got some more turkey hens up there. Go ahead and just let them go by without doing anything. You will see that sometimes the creatures will fight each other, which can be entertaining and helpful at times. Okay, stop going for him. Going for him. Uh-oh. It's another one. Alright, let's put you over here. Keep letting them come into us, and off we go. Switch, 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 and switch. Up. Guy out. Awesome. And once again, reorganize and continue to push forward. So this is the general gameplay of Bravada. It's pretty cheap. I think it's like maybe 10 bucks on Steam. It's worth at least one playthrough. And once you get through and you go for the second playthrough, it kind of gets to be a little repetitious and definitely way too easy on your second playthrough after you have collected all the items. There are 3 sections to every mission. It'll take way too long to get through the first section, or to get through the first mission. But I have pretty much gone through the first section here in this Take a Peek episode. But there are 3 sections with each mission and a boss at the very end in the final section. And each of them kind of have the same sort of pattern. That you build up into whatever environment you're in. You get acclimated to the enemies and to the environment, and then there's some sort of next part where you have to go really, really fast and really kind of rush through what you're doing, and then it kind of slows down and then goes into the boss phase. And it does this over and over. I think about 6 missions are in this game. But that will take you several hours to complete. It's a very long game. And for some people, it can get monotonous. It can get repetitious. But if you enjoy these kind of strategy games where it's just a small squad strategy, I definitely recommend picking this game up. It has a Metascore of 7 out of 10. I think I would give it a 6 out of 10, honestly. It didn't impress me. It really didn't impress me. It felt like more could have been done. That being said, it was a fun initial playthrough. It was fun to do a whole playthrough of the game, and I recommend doing one full playthrough of the game before really giving your final verdict on it, because it does get a lot more interesting later in the game. Once you get past the first and second mission, this is the second mission. Once you get past these first 2 missions, the game picks up, it becomes more interesting, and it really starts to become worth its money. But it is a little bit slow to get to that interesting part. Yeah, like I said, 6 out of 10. It was a good initial experience, but I don't see myself coming back to it and playing it again. So, that's the final verdict, guys. As always, thank you for watching. I will see you next time with another Take a Peek episode. Next time, we'll take a peek at, hopefully, another game that is near and dear close to my heart. But that'll be next week. This week was Bravada. Check it out on Steam. Link down below. DFTBA. I'll see you next time.